Alrighty, so today I'm going to be drawing a cigarette, but I'm going to be drawing a proportional one. That is correct. What do I mean by a proportional cigarette, though? Well, I am going to be using an actual cigarette to make the outline of the cigarette I'm going to be drawing in today's video. That's how proportional this cigarette is going to be. It is going to be the exact same size as a normal cigarette. While I was drawing a cigarette a little bit ago before this video, I realized I've never drawn a proportional cigarette before. Like, I think this looks pretty cool kind of thing. I think it looks pretty funny. I enjoy drawing it, that is for sure. But it's not proportional by any means. It doesn't look like it even has the same proportions as a normal cigarette. I mean, like, maybe a little bit, but not really kind of thing. And so I was like, you know what? I need to draw a proportional cigarette. And so as such, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be drawing a proportional cigarette in my Soho Urban Artist sketchbook. I'm going to be drawing with my Kaweco Frosted Sport ballpoint pen, and I'm going to be using, get my words just a little bit jumbled up, I'm going to be using one of my Grand Prix red cigarettes, as the outline for this drawing. I do suppose I should probably also use a mechanical pencil because this pen is not going to be very good for doing outlines with, so I'm going to be using my Graph Gear 500 0.5 mechanical pencil to do the original outline of the Grand Prix cigarette, and I suppose I'm probably going to want to erase the pencil lines as well. So I'm going to be using my Tombow Mononoke 3.8 mechanical eraser to erase those lines once I need to. But without further ado, let's first off go ahead and get to a page where I can actually do the outline of the cigarette that I want to be perfectly proportional. There we go. Here's a brand new page in my sketchbook. Let's go ahead and just move that over just a little bit. Let's go ahead and get one of my Grand Prix cigarettes all out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put it just like this kind of thing. And I am going to get some lead out real quick, and I'm just going to hold it here and just draw the outline of the cigarette just like that. Doesn't need to be perfect, but I do want it to be more perfect than not. This is pretty much all these cigarettes are good for. They kind of suck, in all honesty. I don't know how this is going to turn out, in all honesty, though. Is a cigarette better drawn from the imagination, or is it better drawn proportionally? I don't know how well this is going to turn out. Well, that is the size of a cigarette. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and knock off. I'm going to go ahead and narc off. I'm going to go ahead and knock off where the filter is, just like that, and where the two gold bands are as well. As I think I'm going to go ahead and include those two. And I think that's going to be it. I think that's all I need to do. I do think I want to make this cigarette be one that is burning. And I am going to be adding like a bunch of details to it and whatnot as well. I'm going to be adding a face to it and everything like that kind of thing. I don't know if this pen is really the right size for that, but we're going to find out. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and just do like a little bit of a filter right there kind of thing. There we go, there's that filter, and I think I'm just going to have a design going through, but I think first off I should probably go ahead and do the outline after I go ahead and figure out where I want this to be burning. I think I'm going to go ahead and just do that, and I'm just going to have like little lines and whatnot, just like that kind of thing, and it can be like that kind of thing, it'd be like that or something like that kind of thing. Just like that, there we go. There we go. Looks like a burning cigarette, right? I hope. All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and do the outlines now. And once this dries, I'm going to go ahead and erase all of the mechanical pencil lines. These corners are a little bit sharp, which is bothering me a little bit, but it is what it is. There we go, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and just do two bands right here. Just going to make those just a little bit thick kind of thing, just like that, just like on the Grand Prix cigarette. There we go. And I'm just going to go and add that in as well. And instead of doing a cork style filter like the Grand Prix cigarettes have, I think I'm just going to do my own custom design. I don't really feel like doing a cork style filter. So instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some cross hatching, just like this kind of thing. Just going to bring it down, just do some cross hatching and whatnot. Excuse me, just burped a little bit. And there we go. I think I'm more happy with that than I would be with a cork style filter, in all honesty. And now I want to go ahead and add some other details to this cigarette. I think the first of which I'm going to do is probably the mouth. So I think I'm going to do a mouth like right about there kind of thing. I think I'm going to go and add a nose right there. I'm going to go and add some eyes just like that. Just like that. There we go. Add some eyebrows. Add some little lines right there. He's pretty stressed about getting smoked. Understandable. I'd be stressed too, in all honesty. And just like a little line right there. There we go. And I think I'm going to go and add some arms. And some legs. Just like that kind of thing. Now that it's actually proportional and it's like really skinny though, because I think that's what makes this look so odd, is because it's so fat kind of thing. It's so thick, and that's why it doesn't look proportional. This, on the other hand, is super skinny, and that's why I'm like, of course it is the actual size of a cigarette. This character is literally the actual size of a cigarette. Of course it's proportional, but I think that's what makes this look more like a cigarette, is just how thin it is kind of thing. I think that's really what it is, in all honesty. I am going to go ahead and add some smoke just coming up just like that kind of thing as well. Just like that. And I think that's most everything I wanted to do. I think that's most everything. Before I go ahead and do the second layer, I am just going to go ahead and just start erasing some lines real quick. Hopefully the pen doesn't start smudging. I hope not. That would suck a little bit. But we'll find out. Did it start smudging? Maybe the tiniest bit, but not too much. All right, there we go. All the lines that matter are gone. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this going again. Let's just round out some of these corners just a little bit kind of thing. And let's go ahead and start adding the second layer onto a lot of the details. Just like that. Still go ahead and start doing a second layer on the outline of the cigarette. Overall, I will admit, I'm actually really happy with how this is turning out. I really like it. I think it's turning out sick. I love how it looks. It's just such a weird kind of thing for me to see, because I've never really drawn a proportional cigarette before, so it just feels so weird that this is actually, I'm like, this is the same size as an actual cigarette kind of thing. This character is the same size as a cigarette, if you don't include the legs. But it just feels like a character kind of thing, but it feels proportional. It's so odd. It's so odd. It really is a little bit weird, in all honesty. I don't know, it's not like it looks weird, it just kind of feels weird. I guess I'm just kind of used to not drawing proportional cigarettes, and I guess that's really all it is, in all honesty. think that's everything, y'all. I think that's everything all done. Do I want to do a second layer on the cross-hatching? I think I will, just to make it look just a little bit more like it fits in with the rest of the drawing, having the second layer and whatnot. But I'm not going to go super intense by any means. There we go. I think that's all done, y'all. I think that's all done. Well, that is the proportional cigarette I drew in today's video. Not too bad. I think really my main complaints with the drawing aren't really on the cigarette itself. It's on the smoke. I don't really like how this stuff turned out. But more so than not, oh, wait. I forgot to do the second layer on this. Well, that's a complaint on my behalf now, isn't it? There we go. Now that I fixed that, I'm pretty happy with this. I am pretty satisfied with this drawing. I'm going to go and put a cigarette right here because I do want to grab a little bit of a thumbnail. So I'm just going to put that right there. And I'm going to go and put the pack right there, right here kind of thing. Right off to the side, just like that kind of thing. There we go. Perfect. There we go. But, yeah, that's been my drawing of the proportional cigarette in today's video. I like how it turned out. And frankly put, it kind of looks like a Rick and Morty character. I don't know. It just kind of looks like a Rick and Morty character to me. I like how it looks. I think it looks hilarious. But since it's actually like proportional, really skilly, I don't know. I think it's reminding me of a specific Rick and Morty character that I've seen like clips of before, and I really cannot remember the name of the character. But it looks pretty good in my opinion. I'm definitely much more happy with how this turned out than not, and I like it, that is for sure. Certainly, no complaints on my behalf, y'all. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to let me know what you guys think of this drawing in the comments down below. And of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content as well. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my main channel all in the description down below. Go check it all out. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. As I said, like, subscribe, and was there anything else I wanted to say? I don't think so. Until the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace. Have a great one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?